and this is our second podcast, and we're just so thrilled to be back. And we just have our special guests again, my mom, Okhui Lee, and her good friend, Cynthia Ho. Say hello.
Hi, everybody out there. Aloha.
So we just like to start right away. We'd like to know actually a little bit, especially those who are under like 50 years old, don't know a lot about the history of old Hawaii and even the hostess bar world, and even the world in which you folks grew up in. So, just tell us a little bit, Mom, about what you did in the past and how you feel that many young people can learn from it.
Yeah, we were here the bygone era, early 70s, and how business and construction and bar business are different, time, and is bygone era, and which is a lot of people kind want to know how they started, and was economically it's just starting. Hawaii is booming with the real estates and all the business, tourism industry just opens up. So that was a good old days.
Yeah, you're talking about the 1970s, right?
Yeah,
that was
early 70s.
That was your heyday, right?
Heydays. Also, Hawaii is everything is
construction,
and all the job is available. And just economically, everything is going, started boost up. So that time was good old days. People spend money, and the circulation of money is, enormously, affluence at the time.
Yeah.
So too bad
I
we
remember.
not really capitalized that.
Yeah, I remember that. In that time, in that era, Hawaii Five-0, the TV show was really popular.
Then also real estate, you can buy under $100,000.
The house.
Luxury condominium in
Wow.
Waikiki.
Oh, condominium.
Yes.
Yeah, Cynthia, so what was it like for you growing up in the 60s and 70s?
Let's see. I just finished high school, and I was at the University of Hawaii. You're young and carefree, enjoy life. Now I'm old and I can't remember too much either. But I know I had a good time.
Well, you got to drink a shot of a vodka so you can remember everything.
I think you'd forget if you had some vodka.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I know that both of you were working, in the...
No, actually, I met her Miss 70, and she came with a friend, which is a local, friends and all the girls. Tomiko is so famous. We gotta check it out.
Why are you famous?
No, I don't know. At the time, there's not that many bars.
Oh, so, Korean hostess bars. Right?
Yeah, it's called Korean hostess bar. So I was not. They call me hot mama or something. So everybody got, checking on me, but I didn't know that. So tell me about that, a little bit about that history.
I didn't know either. I was just tagging along, but I remember your name came up, and I never thought I'd end up being, lifelong friends with you and your family. But we, like girls, they go to check each other out. All I remember is the pupu was great. We went there to have a couple drinks, and I don't remember too much.
Yeah, in those days it was, drinking and partying, right?
No, you told me about a couple.
Yeah, my friends, well, I don't know if you want to say this, but one of my friends' husband was coming to your place of business. So, being women, they wanted to, like you say, quote, check you out. I went because I wanted to try the pupu and, have a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did I look at the time?
Well,
I just want to know.
why?
Was it a little bit
Sassy.
busy?
Sassy.
Oh, did I? Not really. I had 3 children already.
I
How
didn't
can
know
be
that. I
sassy?
mean, you asked me how you look. I didn't even know who you were. But the pupu was good.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
what do you
so
remember? What kind of
Fried
dishes?
mandu.
Yeah. Also, we have ojingo bokum, right?
Yeah, they had that squid with spicy sauce, but like mandu and things like that is time consuming to make. So even I'm half my nationality is Korean, but
What is
even
it? Another half.
Chinese makes
Okay.
me Japanese in Hawaii. But anyway, I remember my grandma, my hamuni, and my aunties and my mom. They would all sit around a big table and make mandu. And those days, the prettier your mandu you make, the prettier your children would be, especially your girls. My mother made the most ugly mandu you can imagine.
Don't
But
tell me you're ugly.
yeah, my cousins all good looking. One was a Playboy bunny, beauty queen, but I could cook.
I think I'd rather choose if somebody can cook.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I just think that maybe in those days, in the 70s, the world was much more innocent then, obviously. So could you tell us why was the world innocent if they were partying so much back then?
Yeah, but what do you mean innocent?
Yeah,
That sound
innocent like
weird a
nowadays
little bit.
is the innocent is
No, because local people are usually very shy. They're not exposed to this kind of lifestyle. So kind of a very quiet, especially Nisei, Japanese. First generation or second generation, they came to the bar. But very gentlemen, they are quiet and they sit down and they expect, just like a traditional from geisha from Japan, they expect the hostess should sit down and, they offer the drink. And sometimes they offer champagne. It's costly a little bit at the time. So just to keep company and also make them happy and, all hostess be able to, related, joke and, have fun. I mean, people nowadays a little different, but those days it's kind of some place to, go to have fun. A lot of conversation and then many good-looking Koreans there, but still a lot of, local girls too. So one day, really I want to concentrate on food.
Mm-hmm.
Because the local people love to eat.
Yeah.
So, especially, make everything dishes hot so they can drink more beers. So this is, I hired her, when was that, late 70s?
I don't remember. Long time
Oh my
ago.
gosh.
70s,
So
I guess.
she came to the, as a chef in the kitchen. And we have two kitchen mama backing up. She put out all the steamed fishes, and she go early Tamashiro market, go to the fish market.
We used to catch the fish.
Yeah, also she used to tell me about the catching fish.
No, my friends and I would go fishing. So after we go fishing, we either went spear fishing or, bottom fishing, but we would take the octopus or the fish to the bar.
Ew,
and
octopus, I saw the movie.
I know,
and
after
don't
that
wanna
I didn't
kill
eat,
the
but
octopus. They so poor thing, yeah. They had like human being.
well, we don't know if we want to talk about the bar or the octopus today, but yeah, we used to go down as a gang afterwards and they'd prepare the steamed fish for us at the bar, the kitchen mama. And then my dad was a good cook, so pretty soon I started to tinker around and I found out that I enjoyed cooking.
That's great. You really enjoyed cooking because your family was cooks, yeah?
My dad.
Yeah,
My
your
dad
dad
was a
especially.
great cook, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of food did you folks make?
Gee, we had all kinds of stuff. Like if we
Local.
caught fish, we made steamed fish or fried papillo. If we caught taco, we'd make poke or...
Was fish more prevalent there? Was there a lot more fish
Oh,
back
yeah,
then?
like everything else. In the 70s, you could go to the beach and take a bamboo pole and at least catch something.
Oh.
Nowadays, it's different.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. So, anyways, I'd like to see how we can actually talk about, the history in 1970s
No,
and
before that, I want to talk about when you were a teen, how to cut the fish.
Oh, you mean about the car engine?
Yes.
oh yeah, that's interesting.
Tell me about.
Well, fortunately for me, we lived right across the two-lane highway. Kalana Anaoli at that time was only a two-lane highway. We had, between the two bridges on that strip of land between Kuli'o'o and Hanuma Bay, we had the only two-story house. So in the back of my house was the Koapa Pond, which was a fish pond, and in the front of my house was the Mauna Loa Bay. So I had the best of both worlds, brackish water and salt water. And people would dump junk in the ocean in front of my house, like 8-cylinder car engines. When they used to have a lot of car accidents, so speed limit 45 or whatever, they'd throw the bent signs into the ocean. And as a kid, I loved to go fishing. So I came across the 8-cylinder engine one day, and I looked. Just out of curiosity, I got a stick and my scoop net, and I stuck the stick in a cylinder. And lo and behold, about 2 or 3 good-sized crabs. We call them blue pincher crab. They were crossed between like a Hawaiian crab and a Samoan crab. But there would be like 2 or 3 good hand-sized crabs in each cylinder. So on one car engine, submerged car engine, with 8 cylinders, you could get at least over a dozen to a dozen and a half crabs easy.
Wow.
And I'd take that home for my family's dinner.
Wow, that's cool. But
Yeah.
did they taste good when you
Oh,
cooked
yeah.
course, that's-
Sweet. Very sweet.
Then also you told me about one time, ear,
them? Yeah.
ear bite.
The speed limit signs after a car accident, throw it into the ocean. It's sort of sandy, muddy. And if you wait like 2 weeks, you lift it up and guarantee you have white eel under there. And they were big. Some of them like 3 feet long,
Wow.
but fat and thick. And I
can
used
eat
to get a
those?
nickel. Oh, yeah. People like to eat that, especially this
Yeah, sometimes I go to Japanese restaurant, I eat
eel.
Eel.
ear
But
bento.
that's different, yeah.
Oh,
Unagi
that's
and
unagi,
anagi
yeah.
and anago. But this is Hawaii white eel, we call it.
Yeah.
They grow pretty big,
Wow.
yeah. And
I know when I took a kids to some area like a Chinaman's house,
Yeah.
and Chinaman's
Hat.
had the mountain house. They had all the rock. So you stick a finger, you guys are dangerous, right?
Yeah.
You stick out the head.
Oh yeah.
Try to bite them, yeah. That was vicious.
Yeah, you folks shouldn't go fishing with your mother. You might not have. You might be losing a couple fingers today.
Yeah.
That was a kind of a white, head stick out between rock.
Yeah,
It
but
was
they don't
surprising.
have those eels anymore here.
Well, they still have them,
still
but
have
like
them?
everything else,
Yeah.
the grounds are depleted.
Yeah.
Like before, when I was young, my mom and dad would have their friends bring their children to our
Yeah.
house, and I would have to take them fishing. And these guys are like city guys, right? So they've never experienced crabbing and stuff, and they just used to go crazy having so much fun.
Oh, that's
But tell
cool.
me about one time ear bit your finger.
Oh
and
no,
you
he
had to
bit,
end up.
bit me in my hand, and they don't let go, so I had to cut the head off.
Then you
Wow.
went to
Yeah, the
emergency.
doctor, they removed
the
it with the
head.
head on.
Oh.
That was so weird when you look at it. Picturing ourselves. That was very
Yeah.
comical. Then anyway, tell me about more cooking stuff in the bar. How you make a steamed fish.
Steamed fish?
Yeah.
Steamed fish is
What
like
kind of fish is that?
okay. Way back then, there was lots of what we call kumu, and not girl in Hawaiian, but these are goat fish and really good eating. But red, beautiful fish, and the best way to eat kumu is to have it steamed. So you would steam it, and make little slits on the top of the fish, on the body, not that deep, but little slits. So when you steam it, some of the moisture comes out. Soon as it's 3/4 cooked, you put thinly sliced julienne fresh ginger,
Yeah.
and then you drizzle hot sesame oil with maybe a little
Ooh.
Wesson oil. You drizzle it hot and
sounds
crackle the
delicious.
skin and
Yeah.
the ginger, and then you add Chinese parsley and
That
green
sounds
onion
really
julienne,
good.
and you top that off with shoyu, and it was delicious. Yeah.
That locals say broke the mouth. Yeah. Then with a couple of beers, it really.
That was
Yes.
people loved that, and a
Yes.
lot of people weren't exposed to steamed fish at that time.
Oh, I see.
I mean, a lot of fried fish and this and that, sato shoyu, sugar shoyu, but not too many except the Chinese made the steamed fish.
That's interesting.
Then another Europe specialty is poke.
Poke.
Oh yeah, everybody makes poke, and everybody makes poke
But
different.
don't give a secret, okay? Someday we may open
There's
poke
so
house.
many types of, homemade poke is the best, and those days there was lots of fresh kukui nut. But nowadays, not that easy to find.
Yeah, that's true. But so, anyways, okay, so we're getting back to the cooking. That's a lot of people make cooking, culinary arts is a big deal nowadays, and
Then
it's
also,
on YouTube.
you know,
It's on all over the place now. Yeah.
At the time, like a house pupu, and we call it pupu, but it's just like sometimes azuma Korean.
Okay, so now we're
makes,
talking about the Korean bar, right? Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about the food at the Korean bar?
Well,
Yeah,
just remember now, pupu is not the stuff in the baby's diaper. You don't serve that on the table.
I talked about that earlier. Then anyway, like a very known as ojingo bokum, squid, and they fry, stir fry with the vegetable. They put on hot gochujang sauce, and that was very known.
Yeah.
So people can drink more. So funny things, the local people, they bucket of ice. In other words, a bucket of ice and pour beer. So mainland people usually came and they say, that's the funniest things I ever seen. They put
Wow, remember that waitress we had? The customer would order a primo or whatever with a bucket ice.
Yeah.
So she brought the beer and a whole big bucket of ice.
Yeah.
She didn't know that bucket ice was like the glass, a bucket glass. But that
That's
was
funny.
just terms you used in the Korean
those
bar
days, right?
in those days, yeah.
Yeah. So and then the food was mostly Korean food, was it? Or
No, sometimes, local food. We don't want to let the fill up stomach, so
Yeah.
they can, our goal is to sell the more booze.
yeah. So there was a plan.
Yeah.
There was a
Well,
master
you
plan.
remember
to
now,
sell
Domiko, in
booze.
those days, like we'd go from the work or something, men and women, to the Korean bar because there weren't that many Korean restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to eat mandu, unless your ancestry is mandu and your harmony or your grandma
Mm-hmm.
made that you wouldn't be able to really, try that as often as now. It's popular now, but at that time, a lot of people used to make takeout mandu from the bar to
Oh.
take it home. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So so can you tell us a little bit more about what kind of people went to the bar?
All kinds.
All kind of people, like most of construction people.
In the heyday, the
construction
70s, yeah. construction.
contractors and
Politicians, movie
politicians,
stars,
all
syndicate,
those,
Blinky the clown.
Syndicate, all different walks
yeah,
of life.
especially
Yeah.
the colorful people
Yeah.
like a syndicate, and sometimes we have young people, young generation curious at the time. They check it out. They talk to your friend too.
Yeah, I remember. And I remember also too
You were
the
high
jukebox. Yeah. The jukebox used to play, and the karaoke came, and satellite TV came. But what was interesting was the jukebox used to play a lot of the old songs. I think those are the days when wasn't Saturday Night Live or Saturday Night Fever was popular.
John Travolta.
Or
That was
that was later, yeah.
late 70s.
Oh.
Yeah, that
The theme song in the Korean bars for all the local guys was My Way. Everybody sang My Way.
oh,
They
that's
say,
with
oh, local
karaoke.
guys are shy. Once karaoke came, man, they don't give you the microphone back.
Yeah. Karaoke was from Japan, right?
Yeah, that's actually I'm the first person
In the U.S., right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because I went as a show business girl over there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I found a lot of small little bar. They had a karaoke.
Mm.
So, oh my gosh, this is good idea. So I brought it back. At the time, my bar was at Young Street.
Yeah.
It's Tomiko's Lounge.
Oh.
So I had about 7 different rooms, and I installed all the karaokes from Japan. There was then everybody copy after that. Not a big deal after that. Everybody had karaoke solid.
Yeah, I think I remember. It used to be weird. You just sing, but the quality. They always have sound effects. They have special effects on the microphones, and you could pick a song, and
You
people
feel
would
like
come up.
you're
And there, some people were great singers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You never
Amazing
know.
singers. Some of the bar girls were good singers. Like,
Oh, yeah.
wasn't
just like
Lisa a good singer too?
Yes,
Or
yeah, professional.
yeah, my uncle,
sound
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, your uncle. Oh my gosh, he come to the bar. He just never get off the karaoke.
Which
Yeah.
uncle was that?
No, painter.
Oh, Painter brother.
He's usually shy.
Yeah, he doesn't
But
even
no.
talk.
Yeah, that was one of our family members who passed away a while back. But yeah, those are the memories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'd like to hear more about like Cynthia's side. When you used to be a bartender, what was the favorite drink ever? You said Bud Light, Primo, and
No,
was it?
those days when I first started, I don't think there was light beer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Primo, Schlitz,
Schlitz.
yeah, Olympia.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But
Schlitz was good beer.
yeah.
But as she's a local girl, she cannot, refuse a customer offer her drink. She has to end up drink every single shot and whatever customer offer her. She end up drink 1-2 hours after.
Oh no.
1-2 hours the whole
Yeah,
night.
whole night. And she was wasted.
That's
It's
fun,
just like
huh?
it's kind of a strange job.
Yeah.
Drinking is our job.
Well, it was fun because all my friends would come, so it's like you drinking with your friends.
Yeah, every night. Yeah,
Yep,
every night would
every
be.
night.
Tell me about the local, people, and they so everybody related one another either through the relatives and schools, or they tell me about the local people.
What do you mean, local people?
Yeah,
You mean in the bar?
No,
What school did they come from?
what school you went to, and how relate your cousin related to somebody else. Seems like everybody know each other.
Because Hawaii is small.
Yeah.
I went to Kalani High School, so we had a lot of friends like from Kaimuki. But in those days, guys would have their souped up cars, and they come check out the girls at all the other high schools. So they'd come and drive around, the school.
Yeah.
And that's how we sort of like communicated with
Yeah.
one another. They're
That's
supposed
why-
to be in class, but they're driving around cut out from school.
Yeah, sometimes I had the experience like I was driving for you because you're too drunk. Take her home, and the police car stopped. And you did you know that you passed the red light? I said I didn't know. Then soon you tell him, oh, my cousin, uncle, or somebody, police station. Oh, let's go. It's just hey, come on,
Yeah.
come to the bar. All those days, just like
those
friendly.
days, yeah.
Yeah.
So so this is the conclusion of our second episode. We're a lot shorter now because my sister said that we should make podcasts shorter.
But anyway, next week I have a very interesting story, which is during the bar. I was dating this union man, Hal Lewis. Is tall, 6'2", look like Dean Martin, dark skin. Then also gray hair, and he very stands out. Then I want to talk about him. I was dating him for 20 years, and he's took me all the 20 years of luxury life. Like went to Vegas, met Godfather. Then also took me to cruise for 20 years. I'll talk about that next week. And just
Yeah, the purpose of I think you want to talk about that is because that era, his time, his influence, who he was, and who you were, and how. It was a love story, So it's in the book actually too.
Yeah, it's in my book, and he influences by many politicians. And also, just say by the governors and mayors.
Yeah.
Just because he's a union boss. Yeah. Also, he was a legal commissioner.
Well, wonderful. So we're good for today, and we'll just come back next week and talk about some excerpts in the book that are very interesting and very, very thought-provoking too, especially in the world that we live in now. So thank you for joining us, and we hope that you'll be able to join us next week. So say bye to everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.